Hello, everybody, and welcome to Strasbourg Steve and Newcastle fans TV Extra for some World Cup Round of 16 predictions. And I've got quite the following today. We've got quite the panel here from all different countries and all that good stuff and all sorts of footballing friends of mine. So. Yeah, welcome everyone, and I'll start with you, JPT, because Sebastian. What's good, JPT? How you doing, bro? American,
Doing good, man. Doing good. Yes, Fest. Let's see how well they can do in this round. But happy to be on your channel, Steve. Excited to do this round of 16 predictions.
Yeah, bro, absolutely. Matt, welcome the England representation here. What's good, bro? How you doing?
Hi everyone, good to be on here. I've been enjoying this World Cup so far, and let's have a good live stream.
Yeah, and Matt, you actually went to Qatar. What was your experience like briefly? Any thoughts you wanted to give on it? Did you enjoy yourself? You there, Matt? All right, we'll get back to him in a minute, but we'll go to Manny, who is Mr. Worldwide. He's lived all over the place. Where are you now, though, Manny, my friend?
Yeah, well, to give you a clue, Steve, I'm actually 10.5 hours ahead of you, so your morning is pretty much my evening. I'm preparing to have some dinner later on, but yeah, I'm good. I live in India right now, but obviously I'm hoping to move back to the UK to catch up, hopefully, with Matt and maybe the Jersey boy sometime soon. Absolutely. And yeah, of course, I want to thank you for inviting me to this. It should be a lot of fun. And one thing I can say is, as crazy as the group stages have been, I'm not really going to put my hat on anything too crazy in these knockout stages. But again, there will be one game which will just jump up and bite me on the backside if I'm not careful.
It happens to everyone, brother. It happens to everyone. You just got to embrace the madness. And then we'll go to Jersey boy, the representation of Les Bleus, France. Jersey boy, how you doing?
Certain Steve said my country are making out the group stages.
Our country, I'm part French.
I know, but you said we were making out. So
no, I'm glad I'm wrong. I'm very glad I'm wrong. Unfortunately,
the thing is, we made the curse and we broke the curse. The only country who can make its own curse is the country who made it. So,
hey.
And we're looking good. I thought with the group stage prediction, I was like, with all the injuries, I was like, I'm really worried, but
concerned. Yeah.
Adrian Rabiot has literally turned into Prime Kante. It's ridiculous.
He's been good.
I've been calling the guy a bum for ages when he played for France, but the guy's turned up. Shermani looks ridiculous. Yes, we lost the other day, but that was blatant robbery. I don't know how the hell that's not gone. How the hell are you allowed to disallow the goal after the final whistle?
I know, right?
I don't get it, but either way, I'm happy. Brazil lost as well, so it's what happens when you make 11 changes. But I'm happy. And we got a good draw. So
yeah, if memory serves me right, I think Deschamps did the same thing 3 years ago. 4 years ago, and I'm not too sure how well you did then. Maybe you might have just won, but it just goes to show that there's always going to be a gap between your first 11 and your bench players.
We drew. I believe our last game was Denmark. I think it was Denmark, and we drew 0-0.
Yes,
because I think they had already clinched the top spot. Because
I'm sad we beat Denmark because I believe the last time we beat Denmark was like 2002. Now that's a long time ago. That's how bad our record against Denmark is.
Yeah,
we finally broke it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Matt, yeah, you glitched out there for a sec, but I was just going to ask you. You went to Qatar, and tell us briefly a little bit about your experience, if you want. The goods, the bads, the things you were surprised, maybe the things that just give what would you like to share about your visit?
I think it's been very much worth the experience. Some great stadiums here.
Yeah.
It's a great festivity to be a part of.
Yeah.
One of the best examples of mixing with people around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And if you drop something, someone will notice.
Wow.
So yeah, I've also met I've Isaac out here. It's been great to meet him. It's
Awesome.
just been brilliant out here.
Wow. Oh, you're still out in Qatar, yeah?
Yeah, I'm here until the
wow.
6th.
Awesome, man. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I'm glad that everything seems to be nice and rosy there. That's awesome, man. So yeah, let's
Right.
get into this.
The only thing I'd change is probably the access to drink outside the stadium, and maybe room service could have been a bit better here.
Fair enough.
The fact that room service is a little bit, was not to your satisfaction. It was a bit of a surprise because that would probably be the one thing that would be redeeming if you're in Qatar, yeah?
Yeah, I'm it wasn't even terrible. It's just the floor's been dusty for a while, where I couldn't really go barefooted, and also had the same towels for some time too.
Wait, are you in the villa thing that they're hosting at the World Cup, or are you like in a hotel there?
No, I'm in a cabin village.
Oh man, so is it true? Because I remember people were like when they first got there, they were looking at the scenes. They made it seem like it was like it gave Fire Fest vibes, and it kind of just looked like it was very.
Mm-hmm.
So is that what you experienced over there? I'm just curious.
There was commotion about well,
I probably shouldn't ask this question. They're onto the Wi-Fi. It's lovely.
There was some difficulty from people trying to check in, given the queues and all. But overall, but I didn't experience that. Maybe because I got there a bit early.
Oh, see, that's the beauty of it. Well, don't worry. If you travel for the World Cup, it sounds like I wonder if you do it for Russia and everything else too. But if you come to the United States, I'm sure we'll give you better service here. That's what I'm excited. Holy fuck! Never thought I would be like in the country that the World Cup's being hosted at.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome, Matt. Well, I'm glad Matt is having a good time, and maybe England can, get far in the tournament. I'm assuming, Matt, whenever England go out, you're dipping, or are you gonna stay to the final, or?
My flight goes back 2 days after the England game, which I'll be at.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, before we get into it, people, just remember, smash the like button, subscribe to Strasbourg Steve and NFTV Extra. And without further ado with that, let's get into this. Let's review the group stage for a little bit. So this is how things ended up shaking out. Now, I remember my predictions. I went with Netherlands top. I went with Qatar second, Senegal third, and Ecuador bottom. Any surprises for you guys in this group? I think there wasn't. I mean, obviously, my comment was my Qatar prediction aged like spoiled milk, but it happens. But yeah, anything anyone observed about any of these teams, in particular the Dutch?
Well, the quickest say, Steve.
Yeah.
Me and Sebastian were laughing at you doing the group stage prediction when you said that.
Yeah.
We all know that Qatar were never making out of that group. But in all honesty, Netherlands have impressed me, but not impressed me. Like, they've not scored a lot of goals. There's only one player that I've got to credit, really, for them qualifying, and that's Cody Gakpo. Other than that, Memphis Depay hasn't turned up yet. I think De Jong sort of turned up. For me, the Netherlands have not really impressed me. Their game, in about an hour's time is going to be quite difficult for them. I've got, it's going to be very difficult. But I think the Netherlands have done well, but they've got to score more goals.
Yeah.
They're not creative enough. And Senegal, I'm impressed with how well they've done without Sadio Mane.
Yeah.
But Ecuador as well, Valencia, turned up,
Great
did very
tournament.
well. But I think Netherlands and Senegal deserve well to go to the next round.
Fair enough. Any thoughts on Senegal, people? Anyone want to chip in about Senegal? Have they impressed you? Did you pick them to get out of the group?
Well, I certainly picked them to go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, go on, Matt.
Yeah, not too much to say. Yeah, I successfully predicted them to finish second. They look decent throughout, and I think they deserved to go through a pot on the 3 games, and I think they'll give England some form of challenge. But yeah, overall, I think they were good enough to go through. Probably their best game was
Iran one.
Maybe Qatar or Netherlands.
Yeah. I thought against
Koulibaly stood out for me, especially in that 3rd game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, Koulibaly showed up on both ends of the pitch, and especially for the Ecuador game, he scored the goal. So, man, he did. I thought, did you have something to say about Senegal you'd like that?
Yeah, I think it was quite impressive how they were able to recover from the shock of the loss to the Netherlands. It was a rather cagey game between the two of them, and I think individual errors from Edward Mendy cost them. I thought that he would be dropped, actually, because he was continuing his poor form at club level. And I thought that if Aliou Cisse had any gumption, he would have dropped him for either Seny Dieng or Alfred Gomis. But he kept faith with Mendy, and I think Mendy probably had some sense whacked into him, and he ended up performing better. And you can never really underestimate the Senegalese team. They're not African champions without reason, and they've certainly proven that they can, recover from any setbacks like other teams in the now knockout stages. And I think never underestimate Senegal at your peril. They're going to give us they're going to give England a tough game for sure.
Fair enough, Andy. As a fellow England fan, to Matt, what are your thoughts on Senegal? How they performed, or any thoughts about Group A in general?
Is that me or Matt? Sorry,
Andy. Yeah.
I think they're going to be a test for them. And they've got endurance, they've got pace, they've got good players in good positions. So we've got to be honest. We should beat them, but if we're not at it, they could take away extra time, I think.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely realistic. Any thoughts on the Dutch, Andy? Were you impressed by them, or do you think they still got some lacking?
I think they're lacking in. I know Gakpo's getting 3 goals, but nobody else has really done much for them. I know De Jong got a goal, but I'm not that impressed by them, if I'm honest. Like I said, I think I'd have rather the Dutch than Senegal. I know that's a bit of a statement, but I just think that they would fear us more than Senegal, because Senegal's got nothing to lose, whereas the Dutch are expected to do well.
True. Yeah, relatively well. Van Gaal, before the tournament, said he wanted to get out of the round of 16. Get out of the round of 16 quarterfinals. But yeah, fair enough. Any other thoughts about Group A, people, or do you want to move on and talk briefly about Group B? Nothing.
I mean, shout out to Ecuador. I mean, I think a lot of them trying to like. I mean, even for me, because I call them a team that can't do anything outside of Quito, Ecuador, because of the altitude advantage they have. But they showed that they had that fight in them. That it was Inter Valencia just looks like a monster from start to finish throughout this tournament. But you said your game or your match of that group was Netherlands Qatar.
Yep.
Don't forget, he put Qatar in the quarterfinals and they didn't even get out the group.
No,
And
I
he
mean,
literally
we
said,
know how Russia
he said
can
in the
be.
group stage prediction that we're going to laugh.
Yeah,
and then
this
then
is
against
this
Senegal.
is
But you don't know how the corruption is going to be. I think you probably got like that South Korea in a World Cup, fear again, because you can't explain that one.
yeah.
But I mean, the talent was just going to be there. Like, I mean, the group ended exactly how I thought it would be. Senegal, like, I think we're just being really underestimated because when they heard and when Salmane was out, they're like, okay, they're done. They're not. You can't say that too. They have
There are other players on that Senegal team that are good, not as good as mine.
And their manager's fairly decent too, and the
Oh,
goalkeeper
Cisse.
was phenomenal. Yeah. So I mean, England should not take them lightly. This is a team that can put up a fight, can play physical, defensive. But if you take them to penalties, which if for some reason worst comes to worst, penalty shootout, England got this. Take it from a Chelsea fan. Mendy is shit when it comes to penalties. Like, y'all be fine.
Fair enough. What's up, Al Stapleton? Afternoon, all. What's up, man? How you doing? But yeah, we'll move on then to briefly discuss Group B. And again, I have to take another bullet. I said that the bottom two teams would advance, and they didn't, especially Wales.
Did I get that one right? I think it's the only one I did get right, like Steve, but I think I got that one bang on.
I think you said Iran bottom. You might have said Iran bottom, but you got the top two right.
Got to steal me thunder there, didn't you? Cheers, man.
No, but honestly, I was too harsh on Southgate probably in England, and I thought y'all were just gonna have another 2010 tournament. That was my kind of shock, but I went for a lot of shocks. Yeah. The broken clock only it gets it right twice, whatever. But I was trying to get the spirit. You know what? You know something I do deserve some credit for. The spirit of my predictions actually played out because there were a lot of upsets.
Belgium, Germany.
Yeah, I got them too in Japan. So, but yeah, no, England. How do you feel about England? We'll start with Andy, I guess. I think Matt's taking a minute to connect. But Andy, what did you make of the overall feeling from England in the group stage?
I think it's similar to what it was at the beginning of the tournament. We're playing the right players in the right place. You've got Rashford coming off the bench getting 3 goals. Well, sorry, he started one game, he's come off the bench in the other getting 3 goals. Although his free kick's very good. His second goal, you could say the goalkeeper's at fault against Wales. Foden, is he going to start or is he going to go back to Sterling, Kane, and Saka? I could see Saka come back in, but I want to see Foden start. And then you've got, is Walker going to come in? He's played 1 game. I think that's a big thing for me. We're a hell of a lot better team when Walker's, attacking-wise, when Walker's in the side, because he gives the freedom to the wing-backs to get forward and we've got the cover. It's going to be interesting because one thing Senegal can do is they can break on you with pace.
Some rapid pace. Yeah, and some physicality too.
Yeah. So that's got to be something that, and it's a shame Ben White's had to go back because for me, if you 1-0 up against Senegal later on, he's a perfect defender that you could put in to just show up the back a little bit. So it's going to be interesting. I honestly think if you would ask 100 people, England going to win on Sunday, 60, 70 would say straight away yes. You'd get the odd one that's saying, no, you know what I mean? We could get beat, but I think it's going to be tighter than people expect. But you've got to look at it. No team has got a 100% record going into the knockout stages.
Everyone has dropped at least 2 points. Yeah, it's true.
And we'll see exactly how good this USA team. So we'll see how bad of a result it was for England against USA getting a goalless draw. Because I said to you before the tournament, I fancied you to nick a draw, even beat her. So
fair enough. Now, Matt, you were at all 3 England games, I assume, in Qatar. What did you make of because obviously you're in person watching. What did you make of them?
I was at the first 2 England games.
Okay.
The first England game against Iran, I thought England dominated in the midfield and therefore they were able to get all these chances. It was a blow that Iran had to sub off their keeper, but how many of the goals he would have kept out, I don't know. Certainly not Saka's goal where he struck it into the roof of the net. But England were very clinical when it came to their shots on target. It 6 goals in 7 attempts on target.
Yeah.
Harry Maguire could have done better with that. With that at her first Taremi goal. There was a great atmosphere, and England had probably the best start that I can remember watching them.
Yeah.
And against USA, which I thought might be one of the easier ones, possibly the easiest, maybe Wales. Well, the main frustrating point for me was the fact that England couldn't get it done, and then have their fate secured early so they could rest their team ahead of the Senegal game, which could be critical.
Yeah.
But when you look at the actual game, USA, of course, did win the midfield battle. But I think the problem was England didn't didn't make all the right changes in reacting to
at the right time too.
To win.
At the right time too. I thought both managers should have made attacking subs in the 60th minute. To be honest, we should have been bringing on.
Grealish and Rashford made sense coming on.
Yeah.
However, Mason Mount was washed in that game, and he should have come off after an hour.
Yeah.
Foden is I think Foden is suited to where Mount plays. Well, where Mount was playing in that game.
Yeah.
But Harry Kane was dropped. Of course, wasn't around the penalty box enough. Rashford didn't get enough service, and in the second half, you could see Jordan Henderson was chasing down most of the balls that were going to the defense or the keeper.
Right.
Which that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the pleasing part was that I don't think Pickford was tested too much. Harry Maguire was excellent, heading away corners and maybe some in swinging free kicks. But yeah, more should have been done. And then as for the Wales game, I thought England did all right in the first half. I'd say they were the better team. And in the second half, they very much stepped their game up.
Yeah.
Got 3 goals. Fantastic Rashford goal. I'll answer that question soon.
Yeah.
Of course, Harry Kane. There was another player who won the ball back before Kane assisted Foden's goal. England were just fantastic going forward in that second half, and I'm very pleased with what they did against Iran and Wales. And I think Callum Wilson could have done with at least 45 minutes, but having watched the game, I don't think there was much harm in Harry Kane playing however for many minutes he did. I don't remember him being on too long. As I think right now it was fine, but if it does prove to be an issue against Senegal, then we'll find out.
True. I'm going to move on just to speed things up a little bit. I realized we took 20 minutes on the first 2 groups, and I realized the game's in an hour. But quickly to JPT, what were your thoughts on America, my friend? In the U.S. of A. You're on mute. Silly goose. You're on mute.
My fault. I'm a little surprised. I mean, I think a lot of people underestimated the United States, me included, because I had
did.
it, of course, you didn't.
I had us going out in the groups.
Yeah,
stage,
same.
yeah.
So I thought it was going to be. Everyone thought it was going to be England as top. I said Wales, which uses as second. I didn't think they were going to be that horrible in this tournament, but it is what it is. I mean, it didn't help once Hennessy got the red card, and you knew they were going to get that last result. But I think a lot of people just underestimated USA. Tyler Adams has been phenomenal this so far. He's definitely gonna be sought after when it comes to this not January, but probably the summer window. Other than that, it's going to be interesting how to see the United States versus Netherlands, but I think this is where our tournament just going to come to an end. But the only thing that that kind of gives me hope is just that how everyone was saying, the only one that's been showing up is Gakpo, and if I were to say a second name, I would say the goalkeeper. I do not know his name.
Noppert.
I keep trying to not say Krul or Stecklenburg, but he's been looking great. But we'll see how far the U.S. can go through. Iran was a great team as well.
They battled. They recovered well after the 6-2, to be honest.
And it just seemed like they just maybe. It got into their heads because I did not see that 6-2 team since then. They were looking great to the point where you didn't know how it was going to be. Yeah.
Fucking hell, Carl, yeah. Wales weren't a great watch.
They were absolutely terrible. This is why I was one of the only. I can't remember how many people are on the groups of predictions, but I think I was one of the only ones you said USA will get second place. Because you only said USA, yeah. But for me, I said USA second place because I have had confidence that you would at least get something against Wales and beat Iran, and against England, I didn't know. I didn't know what you were going to do against England, but England. I don't think England still have not beaten USA in a World Cup.
3 games, 2 draws, 1 win for the US of A.
That's how ridiculous. Basically, in the World Cup, USA is one of the bogey teams.
Yeah, that's true. You forgot one of our wins, Steve.
It's called, well, you know what today is?
The win of 1776. You forgot about that one, Steve.
Oh,
that's not a World Cup one, all right? Wind your neck in. That's not a World Cup one. Wind your neck in.
Yeah. So actually, you know what we'll do? We'll review the two. So we just reviewed the 2 groups. Then how about we just transition since the 2 groups are involved? In these, we'll do that. So I'll start off with my predictions for Netherlands, USA. I got Netherlands 1-0. We'll go to Sebastian next.
I could see an upset with the way this World Cup has been going, but 2-1 to Netherlands.
2-1 Netherlands. Okay, cool. On to Matt. What you got for Netherlands, USA, my friend?
Netherlands 2, USA 0.
Netherlands 2, USA 0. We will go to JPT next. What you got, bro?
2-0 Netherlands. I don't know if we're gonna have what it takes. I mean, Tyler Adams cannot boss out the whole midfield himself, and both is playing injured. I don't know how serious the injury was. He picked up in the last game, but he's on the starting lineup. We'll see, but 2-0.
Fair enough, Manny. What you got, my friend?
Well, I'm going to stick my neck out and go for a shock here. I'm going to go for the USA 1, Netherlands
0. Not a boy. 1-1.
Yeah, listen. Nope. 1-0 to the
sorry,
USA.
1-0. Okay, 1-0. Yeah,
and I'll tell you why. Because the thing which worries me about the USA is that they don't really have a an out-and-out striker. I know they've been trying to experiment with Josh Sargent and Haji Wright in the 3 games, and neither of them have really stood up to be counted. I think your goals have pretty much come from either of the wingers. It would be either Timothy Weah or maybe Pulisic. And in fact, if memory serves me right, those were the only 2 goals you scored in the group stage.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It was. Next up is I forgot.
Yeah, but then one thing which the US has that the Netherlands doesn't have, in my opinion, is a much more fluent, fast, frenetic midfield. Adams, McKennie, and Musa in particular have been absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
And I just think their speed will be more than enough to, force the Dutch midfield into making quite a few mistakes. And the thing about the Dutch is that they're still dependent on, in many ways. I mean, obviously Gakpo's done quite well, but another person who's made some impact is Memphis Depay coming off the bench. I mean, I still don't know if he's 100% fit, but obviously Van Gaal seems to be willing to bring him off the bench to try to upset the apple cart in a way.
Yeah.
But I just think the way the defense has been so solid with Ream and Zimmerman being quite solid in the middle, and of course Dest and Robinson bombing down the wings. If you just had someone like a Brian McBride of 2002,
or Dempsey,
or even Donovan. Dempsey, I mean, I never really raised
him Dempsey too much. Was more of a number 10, wasn't he?
Yes, exactly. Good point there. He was more of a midfielder who would create a lot more. He would score some more goals, but I think pertinently he scored his goals in more games than Donovan had, if memory serves me right. No, Donovan actually played more games, but Donovan and McBride were more of the out-and-out strikers. But I still think that when it comes to business on the middle of the park, I think the midfield has the US has the Dutch midfield beat, and if you win the battle in midfield, you can certainly influence the whole game, and certainly Pulisic and Weah can have the time of their lives. I still don't know what Berhalter plans to do with Gio Reyna and Ferreira. Maybe he'll bring them off the bench early in the second half to try and cause a problem if Pulisic pulls up injured. We'll see, but I think the USA could upset the apple cart here and send the Dutch packing.
Okay,
1-0.
Fair enough. We'll move on quickly to Jersey Boy. What you got for a prediction, my friend, when it comes to the
I'm going to go a little bit different because everyone's going the same kind of score as I am. So I'm going to go different. I'm going to go 1-1, Netherlands win on pens.
Yeah, I could see that. I could absolutely see that, my friend. I could absolutely see that.
Yeah.
Andy, you've got the last one, bro. What you got? You're not too high on the
I agree with Jersey Boy. I think he's bang on. I think it's either 1-1 or 0-0, and Netherlands get a lucky goal in extra time, except from the penalties.
What's the score?
0-0.
No. Okay, fair enough. And then we'll pick the next one in the group, the first 2 groups involving, and I'll start off with my prediction. Give me Senegal. The miracle run goes on. Give me 2-1. Next up is Sebastian. I had to pick against him.
I think iffy about this game, but it's 50-50 for me. But you know what? I'm gonna back Senegal, even though I think England will win. I'm gonna go for 1-1. And
what would you put money on to advance?
I would put it on England.
Shouldn't you go with England then?
Yeah. I want to go for Senegal, because of their speed.
You think they could actually do it though, in your heart of hearts?
Yeah. On penalties only, I think.
Okay, so what? What's your score?
I'm gonna say England to win 1-0.
Okay, England 1-0. All right, fair enough. But it's a tight game. It's looking like. Okay, fair enough. Next up, Matt, give me your prediction for your boys.
I've got England winning.
Okay.
And my score is 2-1.
2-1. JPT, you are up.
I really want this game to go to penalties. I think it will end 1-1. England win on penalties.
England?
Mm-hmm.
England on pens. You're a brave man. Fair enough. Manny, go on, bro.
I'm going to spare myself the agony of penalties. 2-1 England.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And Jersey boy, go on.
3-1. 3-1 England.
3-1 England. Andy.
I'm going to go 2-0 England. Harry Kane with a penalty in the first half, but the game will be tied.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, interesting predictions, guys. Fair enough. Now let's. I don't really want to talk about Poland at all. They disgust me in a lot of ways. Szczęsny, cool. Zielinski, you scored, cool. But honestly, this was all about weaknesses that Argentina clearly have. If anyone wanted to speak on that, I think that these guys, I think they're a little bit overhyped. I don't know about.
No, I do agree. And I've said it for such a long time. I've said at the beginning of the World Cup, I've said it for ages. I said that my prediction for the final is France, Brazil. I believe that. I just believe that, yes, Brazil lost yesterday, but Brazil lost the same way France lost. That they clearly were, the eyes were on that game against South Korea. And they put out their B team. And, Brazil just, the final third wasn't working. The amount of sitters I saw Brazil miss was ridiculous. Like, Bruno Guimaraes missed like at least 3 sitters. But listen, in my opinion, Argentina, for me though, they've been good. They've not impressed me. Like, I think the only good game I really like enjoying watching them was that game against Mexico, with that brilliant goal by Messi and stuff like that. But for me, I think Argentina are very good. I think they will still get to the Final Four. But I do think that, for me, they are a little bit too overhyped in terms of them winning the World Cup, because I do think they've got too many problems. Like, they keep changing the defenders. 1 minute it's Otamendi Romero, and it's Otamendi Martinez, and it's Martinez Romero. They just can't make their decisions up, and you've got to have a good idea of what you want. And I still don't think Argentina have a good idea.
You could flip it with Argentina, though, couldn't you? You could think that they've managed to get through a group without playing really anywhere near the best. If they do start clicking, but I'm with you. I don't see them raising the bar much.
I'm going to disagree with the both of you. I'm sorry to say that, because, listen, Argentina were my tip to actually go very far in the tournament, and I tipped them to win because, obviously they came into the tournament with that amazing unbeaten run. Yes, it was brought to a screeching halt with that freak result against Saudi Arabia. And a lot of people have been only too willing to stick the boot into the RGs, saying, they deserve to go out. The Saudis were amazing, blah, blah, blah. And, they were licking their lips at the possibility of Messi's tournament ending in tears. Result, Argentina qualifies group winners. The Saudis, having overachieved, ended up going out to enjoy their Rolls Royces later on when they get back home.
I knew you were going to say something about them. I knew it.
It's a case of, really, in this group, the cream rising to the top. And I take
Poland are not the cream of the crop. I disagree with you on that.
I was talking about Argentina.
Oh, okay.
Calm down. I wouldn't even mention Poland in that bracket. I was angry as well with the fact that Poland just seemed to roll over and play dead, and were happy to see Mexico stumble, on their way out.
I enjoyed it. I mean, not watching Poland play, but Mexico crumbling. That was cool.
Oh man, it hurt.
Yeah, that was harsh. That was harsh. It really was.
Mostly because of Ochoa. Yeah, come on, that guy is like the goalkeeper, like when it comes to World Cups. And being that this is going to be his last one, most likely.
A certain Andy Bell said that Poland played like 1990s Bolton too. I thought that was pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, coming from a Newcastle fan, you can't expect him to say anything nice about Bolton, and I think you'd agree with that, Steve. But the thing about Argentina is that, listen, they started horribly, but that was a freak game where they had 3 goals disallowed. And I think when the Saudis scored, twice in those few minutes, you could see that it completely knocked the Argentinians off their feet, and they didn't really seem to have many ideas. But then they recovered well the way they would, and we saw the best of Messi in those two games against Mexico and against Poland, where he bossed everything around. He had many touches. That goal he scored against Mexico really, set Argentina on their way. And the thing about this team is that yes, Messi's still doing most of the work, but there are more people now who are more than willing to step up to the plate. And in teams of old, for all of the talent that they had with the likes of Higuain and company, many of them were just, leaving it to Leo to finish the job, which is not really fair. But I think in these two games, we've seen, Argentina start to improve and really find their best formation. I think that performance against Poland, I mean, obviously Poland were dire, but that 4-3-3 formation with Messi in the middle, Alvarez and Fernandez on the on either side of him, that seems to be his best formation. And whoever he picks out of Romero or Martinez to partner Otamendi, I'm pretty certain that either one of them will be trusted to do a pretty good job. It might eventually be Romero because of the fact that Martinez isn't exactly, blessed with height. And of course, if you're playing against Australia with their players, you're going to need to have a much taller defender to try and counter them in a way. But I think they've peaked at they've started to hit their stride. They know that they cannot afford any more slip-ups. Every game was a knockout, and now they're in that knockout mentality. So I just think they're going to have too much for an Australian team, which was ripped apart by France, which only really got into the last 16 by virtue of 1-0 wins themselves. I don't see where the goals are going to come from for Australia, and I think Argentina will beat Australia quite easily, and I actually tipped them to go far. Brazil, if you read the latest news, have got a few injuries, and I think the pressure will tell on them eventually.
If Argentina are going to win it, though, they've got to go and make a statement today, though, aren't they, against Australia?
They will. They will.
I don't know. Let's see. Let's move on to predictions. And Jersey Boy, when you make your prediction, you can elaborate on France a little bit, but try to move quickly. So my prediction, I am going to go Australia 1-1 on penalties. This is going to be an upset. Come on, man. And then I will go for France 6.
Wait, Steve, you didn't get our predictions for that.
I know. I'm going in order. So Sebastian's next.
So 2-0 Argentina. Messi's gonna score a double. The GOAT.
Okay.
The GOAT Messi. Then next game, which game is it?
France, Paul.
Yeah. 7-0 to France.
Yeah, probably.
Goodbye, Poland.
Yep. We will be saying.
Sweden, though, if this was Sweden, I would have predicted a lower scoreline.
Fair enough. Matt, Argentina, Australia.
So for this game, we've got Argentina 3, Australia 1.
Okay. France, Poland.
I don't think the score lines are going to be as big as what's been suggested so far, but I do have France winning 3-0.
That's still not pretty for us Poles, but honestly, I would take that. At this point, JPT, Argentina, Australia, go for it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Argentina still don't look too convincing for me. I think it was Jersey Boy that said it, that I do see them as making it to the semifinals, like Final Four. Argentina go through 2-1. The only reason why I'm giving Australia 1 goal just because I want to see. I think his name is Garang Kuhl, the Newcastle player. Yeah. I want to see him score one. Like my cousin, the Newcastle fan, put me on, and I'm like, this is fucking amazing. Get him 1 goal. But I'm glad to see Australia get out because that should have been Peru in the World Cup. Just so holding on to that.
Fair enough. And then for France, Poland, my friend.
3-1 France.
Okay. Awesome. And Manny, my friend, go for it. Argentina, Australia.
Well, this is going to be the second prediction for which Matt and I are in agreement. 3-1 to the Argies.
3-1. Cool. And Jersey boy. Sorry, Jersey boy. Oh, wait. Sorry. I needed your sorry, Manny. France, Poland, real quick.
Yeah, France should win this, but I'm going for 3-1 because, listen, it's Robert Lewandowski. He's got to score.
Mm-hmm. He's been great.
Rasputin, Poland's got a goal machine. He's on Levy and he has to score.
But the problem is if you're expecting Lewandowski to turn into Mbappe on the half turn, I'll talk about that later. Anyways, Argentina. I'm not looking forward. Jersey boy, Argentina, Australia.
3-0. 3-0 Argentina.
All right, fair enough. All right, and then France, Poland.
I'll talk about France, of course, when we get to Group D. But next.
Or you could talk about them now, or briefly what you thought of that.
First of all, we'll go for the game. So the first game, of course, everyone thought, "Oh my God, the curse is happening." We went 1-0 down, and I still confident we were going to win. And then, of course, my beautiful striker Olivier Giroud gets the equaliser as a record for Thierry Henry in that game, which me and Sebastian both predicted him to score 2 goals. Again, Kylian Mbappe, Kylian and Dembele were brilliant. At first time I called Rabiot a bum.
We were wrong about it.
I think Rabiot heard my talking because as soon as I said that, he turned into Prime Kante. Scored a goal and assisted a goal. And then he also scored the 4th goal. I don't think he scored the 4th, for fuck's sake. Giroud scored 2. Mbappe scored 1. Can anyone remember who scored the 4th? Because I fucking can't remember.
Who was it?
Was it Griezmann?
Yeah, it was Rabiot.
It was Rabiot, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rabiot scored, yeah. So Rabiot, 2, Giroud, Mbappe, yeah. And in the second game, of course, I've said it before the World Cup, as I am French, that we have a very terrible record against the Denmark. We have not beaten them in a big competition since 2002 Euros. So that's ridiculous.
Yes.
And I said it was going to be a draw. So the game, I was so surprised at the game work because we were battering Denmark, absolutely battering them. We should have been 3-0 up at half time, but we just kept missing the target. And then, of course, Denmark grew into the game, and then beautiful by Theo to set up Mbappe to score a beautiful goal. Then, of course, give away a corner, Christensen scores, and then another great cross by Griezmann to Mbappe, and we won 2-1. So that day we broke the winner's curse, World Cup curse, and we broke the fact that we can't beat Denmark. And then the last game, we went fully like rotational, like seriously, like we played Camavinga a left back.
He did good actually.
He did really good. Like here's one player. There's 3 players who've been the best French players, in my opinion, in this World Cup. And these are Kylian Mbappe, Antoine Griezmann, and Konate. Konate's been 100% the best defender. And for me, Varane's not been good enough. So for me, it has to be Konate up in Meccano. Because, yes, I know Meccano has not been that good for maybe club and that kind of stuff, but that partnership that Konate and Upamecano had at Leipzig, they've been implementing that for us, and it's been fantastic. And we played a young centre back, Diassi. He's actually a right back. He did okay. We played Guendouzi.
We played
Guendouzi, a bloody right wing.
Yeah.
We played Coman. We played Kolomoni up top. He was quite unlucky. In midfield, we played Veritu Fofana and Tchouameni. Beginning the World Cup, I said I wanted Yusuf Fofana to start.
Yeah.
He was fucking dreadful.
The turnover for the Wabi Country goal.
Him and Veritu were fucking awful.
Yep.
Awful. And also, as I said, we should have drawn the game because, for me, my opinion, Antoine Griezmann scored a perfectly okay goal to put us to draw. It was disallowed, but this is how bad it was, right? My TV provider, TF1, like the biggest French provider, TV, like they're equivalent of Sky Sports but they're like ITV, BBC, right, for France. They went to an ad break as soon as Griezmann's goal was scored because it was because they disallowed the goal after the final whistle.
Which is weird. Yeah.
I don't get it. I think, but again, as I said, I didn't care about the loss because he was putting his eyes on that Poland game. Now we've got fresh Mbappe.
I think it looks good.
Fresh Dembele, not fresh Tchouameni because Tchouameni played, but he didn't play 90 minutes. We've got fresh Rabiot. We've got fresh Theo. Can I take up Meccano and Pavard and Lloris, of course. I don't think it's going to be very high scoring in terms of 6s or 7s, but I do believe we will batter them because I can tell you, Dembele and Mbappe. I've been screaming for this since Euros. I said I want to see Dembele and Mbappe because you've got that much pace.
Yeah.
What I liked against Denmark, he took Giroud off and he put on Marcus Thuram. And Marcus Thuram is speedy, so you've got 3 fast as hell forwards causing havoc. So for me, I'm gonna go. We're gonna beat Poland 4-1. I think we will concede because I'm not the biggest fan of Benjamin Pavard, and he's a bit defensively. So for me, I think Benjamin's gonna concede a goal 4-1, and of course we've got the Brits, which we'll send home. So
fair enough. Andy, what you got for Argentina?
Argentina to win 4-0.
4-0.
I just don't see Argentina technically too good to keep the ball. I think they'll tire Aussies out, and then later on in the game they'll get the goals.
Fair enough. France, Poland.
This is a one now. You'd think the Polish side, after being given such a miracle chance to play in a knockout stage after absolute dreadful performances in all the games, it's going to go either one way, isn't it? They're going to throw the kitchen sink in it and go, we've got nothing to lose. The problem that they've got is they're playing a generational side, in my opinion, of France. They're already world champions, and what normally world champions do when they get to this nitty-gritty stage of competitions is put their foot on your throat. And I don't see anything coming from the Polish. And I'm going to go 4-0 France.
4-0 France.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not more, I'll be honest.
Yep. Same as you, bro. I do have to end pretty soon, so we'll just start doing. We could briefly touch upon them, but I'll make my.
I've got to go soon because I've got to start watching.
Yeah, so I'll go Croatia, Japan 2-1. I'll go Brazil 3-2. I'll go Morocco 2-1.
You do love an underdog, don't you?
Smith 1-0. And then I'll just pick the rest of my bracket very quickly. I got Netherlands.
Well, let's just do round of 16 for now and then come to them later.
Yeah, just 16.
Fair.
Come on.
Fair enough. Sebastian, what you got? Japan, Hrvatska.
What is wrong with you, Steve? I'm going for
Everything.
There's a list of things, I think.
Qatar gets the quarterfinals. Don't forget that.
Japan to win 3-2. Japan to.
That is going to be a bloody good game. Brazil.
Well, nobody will probably go for an upset, and there will be an upset. I'm going for Korea to win 3-2.
Oh,
Hey, you know what? If
This
the
World Cup,
yeah.
I won't be shocked if
Look
Brazil.
at that semifinal or the quarterfinal though. That's sick.
Yeah.
oh shit!
Morocco, Spain, Seb.
2-1 Morocco.
Yep.
2-1 Morocco. This is the problem for me in this game because I want Switzerland to go through and I want Ronaldo to go through because I want Ronaldo in the final. Fuck's sake! Oh my god! Why? Why?
Cheers.
You know what? Before 2-1 to Portugal, Ronaldo score. So
2-1 Portugal.
yeah, 2-1. Ronaldo.
Cool. Matt, what you got? Japan, Croatia, my friend.
Spikes off.
That's all right. We'll move on.
Confident in.
Oh, geez. Oh, Matt, you're Japan, Croatia.
Oh, I'm still here. I'm still here. Yeah. This is the one I'm least confident in. I think Croatia will score. I'll say 1-1 and Japan on penalties.
Japan on penalties. Nice. Brazil, Korea.
I say 2-0 Brazil.
Cool. And then Morocco, Spain, Matt?
I go 2-1 to Spain.
Okay, fair enough. Portugal, Swiss.
I think Switzerland will nick it in extra time. 2-1.
Nice. JPT.
For this one, I'm gonna go with Japan 3-1. I like how Japan's been playing.
Me too. Brazil,
Right.
Korea.
Yeah, no upset on this one. Even with the injuries to Jesus and who was Alex Telles, I must say
Oh,
Brazil.
this shite, anyways.
Yeah, but they can't. They don't have too much. No, they have depth in that department too. But I would probably say 2-1.
Okay.
And I'm not too confident on this one, but I'm gonna go with Spain to win. This one will probably be 1-0.
Yeah, I could see that. Portugal, Switzerland.
2-2. Portugal goes through on penalties. And to answer BX Gunner's question, depends what type of morning you want to have. I would say sativa if you want to get a good start to your day going.
Yeah.
Indica. I don't know what I smoked before here. I'm just vibing.
Yeah, exactly. Fair enough. Manny, Japan, Croatia. Oh, did Manny dip? Oh yeah, he had to go. Oh yeah. Okay. Anyways, that's fine.
I think it's moved to me because I have to go soon.
Jersey boy, yeah.
So we've got Japan, Croatia. This is a game I'm really excited to watch because I'm so happy for Japan. But again, looking at Croatia, if Belgium had a decent striker, not Lukaku, I think Croatia would have gone out. So and Belgium would have been through. So I'm gonna go 2-1 Japan.
Nice.
So I felt so bad. I felt so bad for them after that. They got knocked out by Belgium in the last World Cup. Brazil, Korea, 3-0 Brazil.
3-0.
Yeah, I know Gabriel Jesus is out and stuff like that, but they're backups. I did not start.
Spain
3-1.
Okay. Interesting. Portugal.
Portugal win 2-0.
Okay. Andy, what you got, brother?
Well, I hope Japan go through, but I just think Croatia's experience in big tournaments will see them through and they'll make it 1-0.
I could see that. I mean, Croatia, it's hard to write them off, but it's also hard to write off Japan. Yeah, it's going to be a tight game. I agree.
It's the one team I haven't seen much of, Japan.
Same way. My head was leaning 1-0 Croatia at first.
Yeah.
Brazil, Korea, I'm going to go. I think that'll be a right open game. I'm going to go 3-2 Brazil.
I think I went with
And they might be losing at some point in that game, I think.
Yeah, I agree. An early goal for South Korea or something. Yeah. Morocco, Spain.
Spain 3-0.
Ooh. All right. Swiss.
And I sincerely hope I'm going to go with my heart on this one, not my head, and I'm going to go Switzerland 1-0 and Bolo.
No, I think that's not even going with your heart, bro. That's a legitimate prediction.
I want Fabian Schär to get.
It could legit happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think it's as crazy as people make it out to be. Lee Leyland, I love you, Andy. Jeez. What's up? Big up, Lee. Big up, Lee. The real question, Indica Sativa. Yeah, JPT answered that. Good stuff, man. Hopefully the U.S. will be smoking some Dutchies in the battle of soccer versus football. Johan Cruyff might be rolling in his fucking grave once we show to the world total soccer. Anyways, that was the round of 16 prediction show, people. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Please like the video both on Strasbourg Steve and on Newcastle Fans TV Extra. And,
Steve, I've got a little incentive if you're happy with this. You have to, if anyone can predict all of the games' results correctly, I've got a Qatarian World Cup flag here, which I can't wear because it's red and white. If they leave their address and everything, I'll send it to someone. If they get all the results right, they can have it.
There you go. Fair enough. That's Andy's challenge. Well, I've got them all down.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, challenge.
One thing for sure, Steve's not getting it. So, mine's a Qatar going into quarterfinals.
Well, I have France 7-0, so
I really do hope we win 7-0, but
you're gonna fuck us up. You're gonna absolutely destroy us, bro. You're gonna. But it is what it is.
I didn't get a single group order correct.
Damn,
Yeah,
man.
it is Steve. I wouldn't worry.
No, I got Japan.
I did badly. I had Belgium not winning the group.
I knew that was going to happen, by the way.
I had on a skin. I had Germany winning the group. That was a huge mistake.
Oh.
I had that.
I had Kai Havertz got goal scorer. I mean, how stupid is that?
I had the England group bang on. Actually, no, I didn't because I can't remember if I put Wales third.
I think you had Wales, didn't you? Third.
Yeah, and then France's group. I got it different because the thing is, after I heard all the news with France stuff like that, I changed my prediction last minute before the World Cup, and I said France will win the group. And so my last minute prediction was France, Denmark. So I still got it wrong because I went Denmark second. I think the biggest shock for me is Denmark finishing fourth. They didn't even win a game.
Oh yeah, they've been a big.
Yeah, what is, before I end real quick, what's everyone's surprise team? It could be for better or for worse. I'll start off with my surprise team. That's to be the Aussies. Holy shit. They got
100% Australia getting.
That's your pick.
Is the round of 16. That is ridiculous.
That's your pick, Jersey boy. Australia. It could be, by the way, the surprise could be good or bad. So JPT.
I'll do a good one. Good one is Australia. Bad one has to be Denmark. I'm not going for Germany. I'm not going Belgium because we all know Belgium are shit.
They're fraud.
Everyone knows that. For Germany, they got knocked out of group stages last time. It is because of the World Cup curse, but also I had a feeling Germany were going to win the group, but they didn't. They attacking wise, I think Timo Werner not being there was a huge miss for them. And but for me, the bad one has to be Denmark because Denmark, everyone was hyping up Denmark.
I was too. I had them in the fucking World Cup.
Yeah, but also, I was one more could have said, bro, your tooth gone. What happened?
I knocked out my tooth at work, bro. I slammed my mouth so fucking hard on a shopping cart that it just.
Oh, fuck!
How did
it's not? I wouldn't worry. It's not affected you, Steve.
But why do you bite a shopping cart? What are you trying to do?
I didn't bite it. It fucking, bro. I literally slipped up and I banged right into it.
Okay. So you fell into it.
I tripped, bro. Yeah, bro. That's what happens when you work night.
Definitely did get into a fight.
Sometimes, no, I did not with a Macum. Andy probably has had a few Macum fights, maybe.
Sorry?
Nothing. But yeah, big up to everyone. Knee Mackums. Anyways,
Might catch typhoid or something.
yeah, exactly. Thank you everyone for joining. Good video, good comment, interaction as well. But yeah, Kizzo, there was some dried up Kool-Aid and Steve thought, taste dumbass kicked him into the shopping cart.
Don't lie to me, Steve. That's the truth.
That's fucking bombshell. We end.
Take care, everybody.
USA.
Thank you for having me on again. And